Raise your hand if you've ever had or have known someone who has had a concussion. Ever since I received a concussion my sophomore year while playing football, I have done my research on them to determine the true effects a concussion can have on someone. The 3 points that I will be covering today is the truth behind a concussion, the treatment after you get a concussion, and the after effects a concussion can have on you. Athletes and non-athletes are all at risk of receiving a concussion. They can even sometimes lead to multiple hardships once you get older. According to Graham R. Rivera, who wrote the book Over Concussions in Youth in 2014, Mr. Rivera stated that a concussion is a type of traumatic brain injury, or TBI for short, caused by a bump, blow, or jolt to the head, or by a hit to the body that causes the head and brain to move rapidly back and forth. When you sustain a concussion, the impact can jolt your brain, sometimes literally causing it to move around in your head. There are 3 different types of concussions, as they are graded out as mild, grade 1, moderate, grade 2, or severe, grade 3, according to Smith-Bahandria. Thank God, the concussion that I received while I was a sophomore was only a mild grade 1 concussion. Now, after someone has received a concussion, then they must go into extensive treatment to help the concussion get better. Depending on the extent or severity of your concussion, different treatment methods can be prescribed by your doctor or caregiver. According to the HealthWise staff of Adam Husme, MD, rest is the most important factor of curing your post-concussion symptoms. The 3 keys to curing your concussion symptoms are reducing stress, avoiding any strenuous activities, and limiting exposure to high-pressure situations. Also, taking your medications exactly as prescribed and eating a healthy, balanced diet will help speed up the recovery process. When I received my concussion, I found that I couldn't be around loud sounds, bright lights, or any activity that caused me to stress out. I wasn't even allowed to do my schoolwork on a computer. I had to do it all by pen and paper. You can never get enough rest when you have a concussion. I found myself sleeping way more than usual so my body could get the rest it needed to help cure the concussion symptoms. I was even sleeping in class, which I've never done before. You are finally in the clear and have been fully cleared from your concussion, but guess what? You still have other obstacles that your concussion will begin to bring in your life. Once you have a concussion, you are now subject to multiple conditions. According to Gregory Hollick, MD, we are starting to learn that perhaps these seemingly minor blows to the head, when they are cumulative, can lead to depression and behavior changes. In fact, we think that some suicides may be linked to brain damage that results from multiple concussions. Also, it is found that concussions can lead to chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE for short, dementia, Alzheimer's disease, and Parkinson's disease. My great-grandfather passed away from Alzheimer's disease, and it was brought to my attention that he received 2 concussions while playing football in his younger days. And back then, they didn't address concussions like they should. They just patted you on the back and said, get ready to go some more. So you know how that ended up. But I'm not saying that getting a concussion at a young age led to him getting Alzheimer's disease, but it is certainly a possibility, as the research has been done today, that leads to concussions leading to these chronic diseases. A concussion is a life-changing experience. It is a common injury among athletes and must be taken seriously if concussion-like symptoms arise. By knowing the meaning of a concussion, the treatment after someone receives a concussion, and the after effects of a concussion, you will be better equipped to help prevent and know the truth behind concussions. If we become better educated on concussions, we will be more likely to stop the outbreak of concussions in our youth and help one day maybe break the chain of concussions